What's up, everybody? I'm Simon Sabro, and today I got for y'all my August manga haul. So before we jump into that, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Simon Sabro YT. Link will always be down in the description. Also, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss an upload, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to comment down what manga you've been picking up for this month, anything you've been reading recently, just anything interesting like that. And with all that out the way, let's just jump right into it. Alright, so if you've been keeping up with the channel, you would have seen that my last video was me doing some manga shopping at Barnes & Noble. And I'm gonna just start out with what I got from there. I didn't really get too much. I did get 2 volumes, nothing too crazy. First one being Zom 100 Bucket List of Dead Volume 7, I believe now. Yeah, Volume 7. And honestly, this is probably my favorite manga cover for Zom 100 so far. And I like a lot of their covers, especially the volume 5, I believe, the red one, looks really good. But this is definitely my favorite one. And as always, Zom 100, I really do enjoy it. I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. I think the last volume I wasn't really too much a fan of, but this one so far looks like it could be pretty interesting. It definitely is a change of pace. And honestly, like I said, just really excited to see what happens in this volume. It is a really funny story to keep up with, and it's just a really good manga overall. I would definitely recommend it. Really glad that I picked this up, and it's always just nice to see it in stores at times. Normally, Call of the Night also comes out in the same month as Zom 100, but there wasn't a volume for Call of the Night. I think it's next month that comes out, so definitely also excited to get that as well. The only other thing I got from Barnes & Noble was Volume 1 of Dead Dead Demons, Dead Destruction. I think I said it right. I don't know. It is by Inio Asano, and this is a manga that I've been wanting to pick up since forever now. I think it's like 9 volumes in right now, and I really wanted this for a good while. So I'm really glad that I saw it there and just finally got the chance to actually pick it up, because I do love Inio Asano's works. I haven't read Goodnight Punpun yet. The only ones I have read so far are Downfall, Solanin, and Girl on the Shore. And I did enjoy those as well, actually. And honestly, just Asano's art and just the way he draws characters and backgrounds is just very, very unique. Especially like right here, for example. This is just, it looks so good. And I'm honestly, like I said, just glad to finally have this. I'm not too sure on what it's about. From what I've heard from a couple of other people, it's about like this alien invasion. Not really, but there's just like a UFO hanging over the city, and people are just living their lives like normal. That's kind of all I know about it. It does sound really interesting, and I'm just confident in, you know, Asano's ability to just make an interesting story. So definitely excited to see where that goes. Now, I did also make a trip to Books A Million. I didn't do a video on it, but I did manage to pick up a lot of stuff, and I do actually have a second bag of things from Books A Million, as well as I do have some collectibles that I want to show off at the end. But to start off, I did pick up Volume 4 of Die Dark. I have read the first 3 volumes, and I love it so far. I have not read Dorohedoro yet. I've read the first 2 or 3 volumes of it and watched the anime. I did enjoy it, but haven't gotten around to collecting it. But Die Dark looks really good, or rather it is really good, sorry. And as usual, Hayashida's art is just amazing. It's definitely something I like. It is sci-fi, it is very dark and gritty, and honestly I just really enjoyed Die Dark. And I think I'm probably gonna read this volume once Volume 5 comes out, because I think the releases are pretty slow for it. So I'm gonna wait till Volume 5 comes out and then I'm gonna read this, and definitely excited to get into that. If you haven't checked out Die Dark, definitely check out Die Dark. It's actually really good. Now, after Die Dark, I did pick up a BL manga called Liquor and Cigarettes. I really didn't know anything about this at all, even though I really still don't. It did come in plastic. I took the plastic off to see the art. And here's the back of the book if you're interested. It is, from the sounds of it, it sounds really interesting. And really just excited to see what it's about. I'm very interested in it. I believe it is also just this one volume. It's not like, you know, multiple volumes or anything. So if it is this one volume, definitely excited to check it out. And it, like I said, seems really interesting. The art style isn't anything too crazy, but actually I might have to take that back. This color page is really amazing. Just the choice of colors here is really good. But definitely, like I said, really want to check this one out. If you have read Liquor and Cigarettes, definitely comment down below how you feel about it. Or if you have any other BL manga that you would want to recommend, or really just any manga you'd want to recommend, definitely comment that down below. I'm really interested in seeing what y'all have to recommend to me. So, like I said, did pick this one up as well. I'm probably going to read that after the video, maybe. I don't know. But another one I did pick up is Sensei's Puis Lai, or Puis, I really don't know how to say this, by Akane Torikai. And I could be wrong, but I believe Torikai is the wife of Inio Asano, which made Dead Dead Demons. So didn't really think about when I was getting these, but it is pretty interesting. And this is also in plastic. I've only read volume 1. I didn't read volume 2 yet. I believe it is only going to be 4 volumes complete. So I'm waiting for volume 4 to come out, and I'm gonna just read through everything. But I'm really excited to read like just everything when it comes out. And I'm definitely gonna reread volume 1 to check this out. It is a very dark manga that I wouldn't really recommend everyone get into. If you have heard of it, then definitely do a little bit of research before jumping into it. Or, you know, if you got a stomach for it, then just jump in like I did. And you'll definitely be surprised by it. It's, like I said, really, really good, really interesting. And just the way it portrays characters. Now, I did get, there's 2 more volumes in this bag. This one is called Nightfall Travelers, Leave Only Footprints. I've never heard of this manga at all, but the cover and just the color choices just really stood out to me, and that's honestly why I picked it up. The story for it doesn't sound like anything too crazy. It does sound just really fun, light, and enjoyable, but the art is what really got me into this. And you'll start to see it as I kind of go through the pages here, but the art is just very unique. It kind of looks like a watercolor style of art. And it's really, like I said, just really unique. Just, I love it, honestly. And I really want to check out if this mangaka has any other works, because this art is really good. There's this color page midway through the book that really stood out to me, and is honestly the reason why I picked this manga up. It just looks really, really good. And honestly, I'm reading it right now, actually. And it's very, very interesting. Just the dynamic between the 2 characters. The story is really fun, like I said, and honestly, I really love it so far. But I'm not going to talk about it too much. I'm going to talk about it in my reading log, which is going to be next week's video. So if you want to check that out, definitely be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss that. Now, the last thing in this bag has a bit of a funny story to it. And I have this friend, and he's been reading this manga for a while now, and he really wanted me to read it. And I was like, I'll see about it, you know, kind of thing. And he said, all right, look, volume 1 came out pretty recently. I'll buy it for you, and you got to read it and talk about it in a video. I said, all right, fine. And that manga is Chained Soldier. The Japanese name is Mahito no Slave. And it is honestly, for one, it does come in plastic. I already read the first volume here. And here's the back of the book. I really don't want to talk about it here. I'm going to talk about it in the reading log more in depth. But my initial first impressions of it is that it is a really weird kind of story. It does remind me a lot of Freezing, or like Sekirei kind of. If you know those, then you know what I'm talking about. It does kind of remind me of those. Really briefly, it is set in a world where females have this power and men are like the underdog kind of. I don't know how to describe it properly, but that's kind of the setting for it. And the main character really has nothing going on for him in life. And I'm not gonna talk about it. Actually, yeah. So what happens is that the main character, like I said, has really nothing going on, and he gets sent into this other world. I think it's called Mato. That's what it's called in here. And basically he gets saved by this girl, which is the girl on the cover of the book, and he becomes her slave, and his life kind of goes on from there. It's Like I said, really weird. But the weirder part is that after he helps her out as being a slave, he gets a reward, and the reward is why this manga is in plastic. I'll let your imagination go from there, and that's all I'm gonna say about this for now. Definitely gonna talk about it in my reading log. Yeah, so let's just go into the next bag from Books A Million. Okay, so this is the last bag of manga. After that, I do have some collectibles I want to go over, but this is really just the Shuzo Oshimi bag, honestly. First thing I did get is Welcome Back Alice Volume 3 and 2. I did read these literally just now, and honestly, it's really weird. I'd probably say it's like the weirdest Oshimi work that I've read so far. I really do love these volume covers, especially this one though. But this is, especially the way Volume 3 ends, I was like, what? It's really interesting though. And once again, it is a very dark manga. I'd say, yeah, all of Oshimi's works are pretty dark, but I feel like this one probably has the most trigger warnings, but it is really weird, but I love it, honestly, and really excited for the next set of volumes to come out. I don't know how many volumes it's gonna be, probably around like 10, 12. Most of Oshimi's works are around that area, so I'm really excited to just see what the ending is like and really just what happens in the next volume. As well as, I did want to mention kind of briefly, if you've read it, then you know what I'm talking about. At the end of the volumes, Oshimi does like an afterwards, and they're the funniest thing ever. Like I said, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Now, after that, I did, like I said, this is the Oshimi bag, and I did get Double Ecstasy Volume 2, which I would say is an even weirder manga than Welcome Back Alice. Now this, as you can see, it is in plastic. I've only read the first omnibus. I believe this is the last one, so I'm definitely gonna be reading this sometime soon, and just, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, but I'm gonna feel some type of way about it, and I'm gonna be there to talk about it. And it is, like I said, not as good as everything else. This is, I believe, it came like in chronological order. This came out before everything else, as far as, you know, his works go, but we're just now getting it here in English. So it is definitely a lot rougher, not as good, not as polished as everything else. And you can definitely see that through the art and the storytelling. But honestly, I really do still enjoy it. It is a really funny story, and it's a very turn your brain off and enjoy kind of story. And I really like it. Hopefully I won't be, well, I don't really have any expectations for this volume, but hoping to at least enjoy it, you know, at least. Now, after that, the last Oshimi work I did get is Blood on the Tracks Volume 10, which I think might be the last volume, but I think someone had commented that it is going to be 12 or 13 volumes. So definitely excited to check that out. And this volume cover is beautiful. Now that I think about it, I don't think I even have Volume 9. Yeah, I don't have Volume 9. So definitely gonna have to go and get Volume 9. And I'm glad I, you know, am behind 2 volumes so I can just read both of these, because this story is really good. Once again, like everything else about Oshimi, it is a lot darker. And I think this honestly might be my new favorite, depending on how it ends. Currently it is Flowers of Evil, but like I said, depending on how this ends, this might be my new favorite Oshimi work. So definitely excited to see how the story ends and just where the story goes from where Volume 8 left off at. I do have this art book that I've been meaning to talk about for forever in a manga haul, but I keep on forgetting. This was given to me by the same friend that recommended me Chain Soldier. It is the Persona 5 Royal art book. Like I said, he's given me this for a very long time ago, and I keep forgetting to talk about it. So now I could actually talk about it because I didn't forget. I do love Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. I did play Persona 4, which I do enjoy as well. Haven't played any of the others, but honestly, it is such an amazing game. I'm sure that most people have already heard of it, so I'm not going to talk about it. It is one of my favorite games, definitely. And I'm really glad that he even gave me this art book, because I was kind of joking around. I was like, hey, you know, I'll take that art book off your hands, and then he just gave it to me. So I really appreciate it, and I'm glad I finally got to talk about it in this video. Like I said, it is the same friend that gave me bought me Chain Soldiers. Now, After that, I did pick up, like I said, a couple of collectibles here. The first one, not really anime related at all, but it is bold and brash. If you've seen SpongeBob, then you know what this is. It is just a portrait. I would hang it up, and I'm definitely gonna put this up somewhere. And honestly, it's something I've always kind of wanted, and I saw it and I was like, all right, well, gotta get it now. And it was just really cool to see, and now it's really cool to have. But the other thing is actually anime related, and if you know, then you know. This is Make Out Violence from the Make Out series in Naruto. It's a series written by Jiraiya, and it's really just a journal, but it is just kind of cool to have, really just to have, like I said. But that's really it for the manga haul. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end of the video, I greatly appreciate it. Once again, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss an upload, and definitely follow me on Instagram at SimonSabroYT. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and that's really it for me. This is Simon Sabro signing out. I'll catch you on the next one.